Next topic, after that probably hard-working assignment you had to do for for adding, subtracting fractions. Now, trust me, it'll get easier for you. Multiplying and dividing fractions, which is easier? Actually, the easiest one out of all the four of adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing has to be multiplying. It's easy. It's that stuff that was in the perfect world. We wish we could just do stuff to the top, do stuff to the bottom, and reduce. That's true. In this case, we're multiplying. You just do it. Multiply the tops, 4 times 2, 8. Multiply the bottoms, 5 times 7, 35. Can you reduce? No. Then you're done. Simple as that. Simple as that. Look over here, 2/3 times 6/8. Multiply the tops, 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 8, 24. Check to reduce. Oh, they're both even. I know they will reduce. I know 12 will go into both. Again, you could chop it down with small little hatchet swings by dividing by 2, or one big chop. 12 goes in there once, 12 goes in there twice. You're left with 1/2. Lightning fast, this stuff. How about these two questions? 4/5 of 1/2. I don't know if you were taught this before, but of means multiply. So this question, don't freak out, all it means is, whoops, we're taking the 4/5 number and we're going to multiply it by 1/2. And you know that multiplying fractions is super easy. 4 times 1, 4. 5 times 2, 10. Check to reduce. 2 goes into here and here. 2 goes in there twice. 2 goes in there 5 times. You're left with 2 over 5. Finished. Going like at light speed here. So fast because it's so easy. These type of questions, gotta convert them to improper fractions first. Just like we always did with the adding, subtracting. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1, 4. So this becomes 4/3. This becomes 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 3, 11, over 4. Now we just do the easy multiplying. We just do it. 4 times 11, 44. 3 times 4 is 12. You can reduce both these numbers. 4 will go into both, or again, you could just divide by 2 until you get the answer, but 4 does go into both. 4 goes into here 11 times. Whoops. 4 goes into here 11 times, and 4 goes into here 3 times. So you get 11 over 3. Are you done? No, because, like we said before, you cannot leave this as an improper fraction. That's just, well, improper. So what we need to do is see how many times does 3 go into 11. So we can change this into a mixed fraction. 3 goes into 11 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. With how much left over? 2. And leave the bottom number of 3. You get 2 3/3. 3 and 2/3 is what you get. That's multiplying. Pretty easy, huh? Dividing. One extra step to dividing compared to multiplying, but it's easy. All you got to do is you take every dividing question, you change it to a multiplying question, and then you flip the second fraction. Maybe in class we'll show you why you have to do this, but just for now, that's the method of that. So let's take a look at how we do this question. Just hang on a second here, I'm going to need some more room. Why does not move? Whatever, okay. So 2/3 divided by 6/7. Here's what you do. With dividing, you leave the first fraction, 2/3. And like it says here, change the dividing to a multiply. So this will become a multiply. And then you flip the second fraction. 6 over 7. If you flip it around the other way, you'll get the 7 on top and the 6 on the bottom. The 7 on top and a 6 on the bottom. Flipping this, you get this. Multiply and then flip, but you leave the first one. So when you multiply, 2 times 7 is 14, 3 times 6, 18. You look to reduce, you know that 2 goes in there 7 times, 2 goes in there 9 times, you get 7 over 9. Over here, same deal. Keep the first fraction, 7 over 8. Change the divide to a multiply, and then flip. 1 over 3 becomes 3 over 1. 3 over 1. We multiply. 7 times 3, 21. 8 times 1, 8. It's improper. We got to change it to a mixed. Can't leave it like this. 8 goes into 21 2 times. That gives you 16. 5 left over 8. Done. So dividing isn't much harder either. What about these last two? 3 sevenths divided by 3 sevenths. Some of you probably just in your head right now, or maybe you said it out loud, knew the answer already. And if you do, good for you. But for those that don't see the answer already, let's do the work. 3 sevenths. What do you turn this into? A multiply. You then flip this to become 7 over 3. 3 times 7, 21. 7 times 3, 21. Now, do you see what the answer would have been? Look at this. Look at this. This technically is an improper fraction because the top number always has to be smaller than the bottom number. 21 goes into 21 how many times? Once. Any left over? No. So what's the answer? It's just 1. Which maybe you would have noticed whenever you take a number and divide it by itself, it's always 1. Even in fractions. Over here, mixed fractions. Like we did before with multiplying and adding and subtracting, we need to convert this to a improper fraction. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7 over 2. My bad. The denominator stays the same. We're gonna let's not change this to a multiply yet. Let's just leave it the way it is. Let's first just change this to improper fractions, then we'll do the multiply and flip. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1, 5 over that same 4. Okay, now this is where we were at with the other questions. Leave the 7 over 2, change this to a multiply, flip this to 4/5. 7 times 4, 28. 2 times 5 is 10. Now, two things you could do. You could reduce this here, or we could just first convert this to an improper fraction because, sorry, it already is an improper fraction. Convert this to a mixed number because it is improper. 10 goes into 28 2 times. You're left with 8 over 10. 8 over 10 you can reduce. 2 goes into both those numbers. 2 goes in there 4 times. 2 goes in there 5 times. You get, whoops, you get 2 and 4/5. Okay, that is multiplying, dividing. Here's your practice questions, skill testing questions. When you're done, show them to me. Hope you enjoyed that compared to adding, subtracting. See ya, bye.